we go, new day. Focus on backswing again. Because we made some good progress, but we are not done. We still have a lot more to go. So let's just focus on that today. And so far, one day has gone past. I don't even know if it's English. Anyway, yesterday, so because I'm not only training for golf and getting get my technique right and for then increase speed and so on. No. I'm also trying to lose fat and get my athleticism to the roof because this is the pre-season. So, do you know what is the pre-season and even what it is used for? Well, the pre-season is mainly the period, or somewhere around 1 or 2 months, or even 3 months, that come before the season, of course. But why is it even a thing? Well, because after a very long season, you have a period, which is a post-season, of kind of recovery, just to get, because the season of golf is very long, very draining, and so you need that time, especially as a professional player where you are playing ton of tournaments every year. And so, but there is an issue with the kind of this period of recovery. You're losing fitness, you're losing maybe a little bit of golf level, let's say, because you're taking time for yourself, you're eating quite a little bit more, or at least you're eating the same as on season, but because you're not training, you're getting a little bit more fat and so on. So you're kind of getting out of shape, golfically speaking, and on the physical side as well. So the idea of the pre-season is really to get first back to fitness, so getting back to your physical best level, but because the fatigue is dropped, now you're on good condition, getting your level also back, and even training yourself to prepare for the first few tournaments. So this is a very important process that allow you to get back to your best level to be ready to perform for the season. And that's mainly that. And so the idea is to do a lot of volume. Primarily, that's not necessarily a time where you're going to do a lot of intensity. You're going to work on your athleticism, so there is endurance, power, VO2 max, all of those kind of things. And also so in terms of gym training, that's mainly about somewhere a set of 10 reps, but where the 10 reps is failure. Let's be clear, not 10 reps like that. I don't even know why I went on to this tangent. But anyway, so that's kind of where we are at currently with the program, the pre-season. And so what I want to do with this pre-season is first build a volume of hitting driver to be around 200 balls, like I told you in the last video. And fixing my technique, because there is something very important when you are trying to build speed, is you are going to develop very, very strong neural pattern, because in order to be able to produce speed, you need to fire the neural pattern you have harder, faster. But if they are wrong, then you're just burning fuel, or at least reinforcing the wrong pattern. That's why the first phase of speed training is actually getting your pattern right, getting comfortable, building volume using those patterns so they override the old pattern. And then and then you can go after it, increase the intensity of those neural patterns and so on. So this is mainly what we are doing right now, and since this is the beginning, focusing on the backswing, we have done a few cycles already in a few last video over the end of year and a little bit about the beginning of this year, but about the overall swing. But now it's time to really nail those patterns, and so this week is primarily about the backswing phase. And yeah, after analyzing the session of yesterday, so there is clearly big progress, especially based on multiple things. But the key thing that I was still struggling is having this angle kind of getting a bit extended. And so I found some very interesting things that maybe is going to help a lot here. And so the first, actually, I thought about the second one first, and then the one I want to share first. This is about the shoulder rotation, because me until now was kind of trying to rotate on the same plane as my spine, perpendicular to my spine. But what I realized, and that's a video I saw from Rory, a short that probably you came across, where he's doing kind of this drill. He doesn't have his club, but he has both of his arm like this, and he's rotating here and trying to go. But what I realized is when he's rotating here, he's actually rotating on a vertical plane, and after watching that, I realized, oh shit, that's the issue. Because see, when you're rotating on a vertical plane, what happens is, okay, at first you're engaging a little bit your oblique, but then you're creating some kind of you're bending your spine towards the target like this. You're rotating, and then you're kind of stretching here and bending here, which create actually an arc of your spine towards the target, which I believe is a way to resist the momentum of the club going behind you. And that makes sense because I'm going to use a ball and then explain. But and that makes sense because first of all, of what I explained you about, because of the creating an arc that is actually going to create resistance, but also because of the way you rotate your upper body in the backswing. You mainly have only two options available to rotate your upper body independently from your hips. The first is your shoulders, because they are kind of moving forward and back, like this. So if you are moving this one back and this one forward, that kind of create a little rotation. And then you have your obliques. Basically, your obliques, you are firing them, you're kind of getting about 45 degrees. That's pretty much what it does. But if you continue firing them and bending the spine, because the problem is by keeping the spine upright, you cannot go further than that by firing your obliques. But if you are firing them even faster, what happens is the obliques are not only responsible for rotation, they're also responsible for bending the spine either side. And so in order probably to fire them faster, to fire them more and create more rotation, you kind of have to create that bend here, which allow to create more angle with that hip and a little bit more with the knee, which was the actual thing that I was struggling for over the last session. And so that kind of was the first key. And there is another key, and that is really something that Rory has changed over time, so but I like the way it was before. So I guess I'm going to stay on that side since I want to focus on only one way. When he's making his backswing, he was kind of lifting his left heel a little off the ground. And what I realized is by doing so, as you're rotating, if you're kind of elevating the left leg a little, that's allow you to stay tall while creating a little bit more angle with the left hip, which allow you to stay connected and not rotating too much. Because by lifting the left heel, the femur, the upper part of the leg, is creating a force that kind of prevents the left hip from getting out of the posture. Where if the leg are straight and you stay upright, there is no real resistance of the leg because the femur is kind of pointing down for the hips to do that. Where if you lift the heel just a little, it doesn't have to be that much, but just a little, while stay completely upright, then the leg has much more force to resist the rotation of the hips. Kind of the thing I'm looking for. So I believe if I can do both, that will allow me to have a very upright backswing, very tall backswing, while restraining my hips a lot. So that kind of the thing I'm looking for during this session, and that we are going to validate or invalidate and see what the results are. What? Didn't register? Why? Why don't you wake up? Wake up! Why are you disconnected? Ah no, it's not deconnected. Okay. What is going on here? Get Trackman connected here. Okay. Why could not connect Trackman? Doesn't happen often, but when that happens, that's kind of annoying. You can skip. Please don't make me turn off the Trackman again. Because anyway, we are going probably to move to the driver just after anyway. So. And also, so yesterday, what I found is once the club is set here, this is about turning the shoulder until I'm completely on my left side, and really trying to feel that my hand are almost moving forward in front of my chest. But when I was doing that, I was kind of bowing, closing the club face and so on. So I need to do that, but kind of stretching out the left arm and creating a little bit of angle with the wrist to be able to set the club correctly. I believe that's what's need to happen here. Okay, Trackman. So I'm going to shut everything down and restart. I'll see you in just a moment. Finally, everything seems to be working. So let's now start working, shall we? So let's just do a few swings before I pull up my other computer with the other swing, just to see where we are at today compared to yesterday. That's just a little better, but that's what we are going to work on today anyway. The left side here, but let's try to push even more here. Yeah, and I forgot because I focused too much on the bending of the letter and not that thing that I told you. Let's do the two together here. All right. Yes. Maybe I'm doing it too late because what I was thinking is, okay, first kind of rotating my hips, setting the right legs, and just bend the arm as the leg as you're kind of setting the club, and once you are here, just finish down like this. But maybe I need to do both. Yeah, so I completely forgot to finish yesterday. I went a little bit too hard on the caloric deficit. I believe I went over 1,000 on the first day. That's way too much. Normally you should ease into it because, as I say, I want to lose fat. So the goal is to have 1,000 calorie deficit per day. But I'm kind of at the beginning, so I should have just eased myself into it and not go after it. And basically, yesterday evening I was kind of really bad. I had a struggle falling asleep. I was starving, but and also I believe I was completely dried out. So I need to drink a lot of water to avoid that. But I guess we'll figure it out as we go. So, yeah, I believe I need my other computer to compare to here to make sure I'm on the right track. Okay, so let's rewind here. Here, where's the position of Rory? Okay, that's a little better. Still not fully right. Maybe this is during the takeaway that I need to start bending a little bit my left leg, because here I'm already starting to lose a little bit of angle, so that's interesting. Then when we go up here, halfway point, yeah, so my hips are kind of a little too much yet, but better. That's better. But that's still not perfect, and I mean that's probably, well, yes. In fact, because when I see the swing of Rory right here, what I see is the angle of his left femur is kind of flatter than his right. And when you see mine, it seems almost that mine is more vertical. So yeah, I'm not there yet. So let's try to focus on that, bending that left leg sooner. Oh. Nah, it doesn't work. Okay. And so maybe just rotating, but on a vertical motion. Okay. The hips are almost dead straight. What I tried here is really trying to get my rotation. See, I'm setting the club with the rotation of my shoulder, but I was doing it perpendicular to my yes, a plane that is perpendicular to my spine. Where here I try to do exactly that, setting the club with my shoulder, but on a plane that is as vertical as I can possibly get. Which sets the club kind of. And when you reach the top, is bending. Yeah, so the bend of the left leg is kind of happening. Okay, let's try to bend the left leg after. So really trying that vertical plane of shoulder here, and then kind of bending the leg to shift to the left. I feel that I'm rotating my hips here. I mean the takeaway is absolutely perfect here. Little too, that's almost too vertical actually. So 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 yeah, almost the first part I can kind of set the club with shoulder rotation and kind of perpendicular to my spine, which is going to allow the club to move on a more horizontal plane. And then really I'm kind of thinking that maybe this is just I need to resist having my knee moving forward by trying to resist with the knee moving that way, so I don't collapse in. But that I believe I can only see from. Yeah, that doesn't work. Or maybe it's just that. Let's try to kind of here. Yeah. I really try to sit into my left leg, let's say. Let's see what it does. Kind of look okay. So yeah, maybe that was this idea. You remember when we had a breakthrough, where I kind of dropping myself as I try to let my arm goes up. Maybe there is something here. Is as I'm kind of finishing the rotation, trying to really drop my lower body. Maybe. This club is coming inside insanely. Yeah, I mean, you know, when and that's what I'm thinking each time. When I reach the point where I can't see how to improve on one specific side, I need to focus. I probably need to change angle. Maybe going back to here from face on, because I haven't actually looked at my swing from face on compare with the other computer with Roy at the same time. So let's do that. I'm going to put the camera right here to have a clear idea of how it looks. And maybe I'm going to put it there. That way I have the two angles at the same time. Come here, baby. Up. Don't really worry about letting my camera get down here. It's pretty solidly put, but I still need to wire my computer, because otherwise we will not make it to the end. And you come with me from dead face on. Actually, I saw a string from Rory that wasn't. That was more because the string from face on is actually not from 2013. I believe it's 2016. So I'm kind of looking at things that are 2 different years apart. So I'm not sure. That this is actually no 2017, 3 years apart. And I believe I found one. I need to take a look at it, but I found one that was at that time. That way I can compare apple to apple, because if that's not the same swing, I mean, kind of difficult. So let's get it. I have the swing right here. Let's try to see if I get to about the same position as him, halfway point at least. Yes. Okay. Okay. That was I was looking for here. Here, even better. I mean, the swing I'm referring that is in earlier than this one. He is actually setting the club perfectly 90 degrees when his arm is parallel to the ground, which I'm doing almost perfectly here. I mean, I'm setting the club right here, so that's kind of okay. Interesting. It seems that it's almost like also his right hips have more angle at that point. Okay, so how do you look like at the top? Okay, so I'm far, but what's interesting is now I'm getting the club too short, which is kind of a first. So I probably can set the club and go right after it and see what happened. $106, okay. Okay. But what's interesting to me is he seems to have already more angle at that point. But what's really weird is why do I see it here from face on and not. There is something I have in mind is the fact that I'm short. I kind of try to overextend myself up to create width, which as a consequence might kind of kill the angle that I have in my hips. And so let's look at something a bit. Does he drop his head? Oh, he's turning, but he's loading really. Well, me, I'm not really loading. I'm just kind of. You know what? For now, that's okay if I turn my hips, but let's try to turn them right. But I believe that at the moment I'm focusing here on the backswing, on the upper body, but kind of forgetting to do something right here, where if I turn and really load into my right glute here, maybe that should, yeah. Maybe because the fact that I'm not trying to rotate my hip is actually what makes it wrong. So let's try to rotate the hip, but make it right. So. Maybe that's the end part. The first part was kind of okay here. We've seen that, okay, I'm able to set, but then when I'm rotating here, this is probably where I need to really engage those hips to finish the backswing. And as a consequence, probably is going to impact the half position and so on. Let's see. Yes, backswing a little more, and my hips, of course, are. But at least that's a better looking position of the hips. Let's try to hammer it just one. I'm not really hammering anything here. I'm so slow. So when I'm kind of focusing a little bit on the downswing part here, trying to okay when I'm here. What I am start thinking, maybe he's kind of sitting into his right glute, so he's straight, he's up, 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 up until the halfway point, and then he's kind of sitting on his right glute, almost on both. He's sitting, period, probably. Because there is some. His hip are slightly at the top. Yeah, my hip are kind of on the center of my hips is kind of under my head, even a little bit still to the left, where his center of his hip. What I mean is the hips are slightly forward. How do I create that? So let's say, okay, I'm straight here. Kind of really loaded. And then as I'm rotating, I'm sitting on my right glute. And then whoosh. Okay. That's kind of the key here. Then he's creating even more. So I'm kind of setting, then turning the shoulder while bending that side here. Then I'm sitting on my right glute. While staying up, I don't know. Now you see, I'm just processing here. Not really. But you know what? Let's try to focus on the transition. Because I kind of fell on my left side, but then I'm stuck here. Where trying to bump those hips forward as I'm dropping. Ah, shit. No. Because it seems to me that, okay, it's almost like as he's bumping, he's trying to keep the rotation, the shoulder back as he's throwing his arm forward, or maybe not. Let's try what we've talked about a few sessions, I believe a few weeks ago even, when I said that actually by doing this motion with the upper body, both he'll move forward, and so maybe that is here, and then he's throwing everything at the top, whoosh, over the top here. There is some, I don't know, let's see in detail before I start. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. So let's try to put some more dynamic with the backswing here. At least that kind of feel easy to produce power. Okay. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. The reason I know I have accelerated and so on, but the reason is it felt somewhat easier. Like I wasn't really, I felt really relaxed doing so. That was what felt was interesting here. Like my hand are relaxing. This one is slow, but it's almost like I have the right momentum, let's say. Let's try to keep the head a little behind here. Yeah, that's so fast to trigger that I probably need to. Yeah, I really need to get to the left side during the transition, much more than probably I'm doing here. Because once I'm firing, everything fires extremely fast. So I really need to be on my left side with a little bit of axis tilt. So yeah, this is that is when I backswing, I continue rotating the shoulder and really try to create little bumps with my hips as I'm doing so. So the hips are a little bit in front. So then when I fire everything, I'm not firing that way. So yeah, that probably. And see, sometimes you just need to focus on the movement that come after to understand the movement that come before. And because the swing of Rory is highly dynamic, so doing things slowly, it's fine. Let's take a little break. Actually, it's fine for the backswing, but the transition and downswing, I mean, he's putting so much effort into it that I cannot just compare what I do in slow motion. I need to figure out how he's producing that much power, that much dynamic in his swing, and then once I figure out that, I can actually compare apple to apple. Let's say. So, yes, the idea is here. Once I'm here, I turn the shoulder and also kind of anchor, use the right hip, loading the right hip to move my weight forward. Let's try that and see how it goes. Create that hip bumps, and to create that hip bumps, I kind of also need to have the left knee kind of resisting, and so that might create have a consequence on the backswing as well. Yeah, a little better, but we can do better. Okay, so now let's put everything together. Here, then rotating down, bending, creating that stretch here, then finishes the rotation and shifting, trying to keep the head. That's probably when I rotate my shoulder here, I'm letting my head move forward. Actually, I need to kind of keep the head behind, almost getting the head a little behind. One five. So let's get after it here. a little. We are not yet over 110. Again, how tired I am with the gym workout. It's also, yeah, probably, yeah, bend, sitting on that left glute, on that right glute. Yeah, I'm not dropping. What I see here, yeah, when he's setting, right, start training. Your iPhone, I'm sorry, but like strong wire, you stand, back the rain, never give up, always delivering. I got the wrong downswing here. Start getting a lot of it right. It's kind of difficult to get everything right at the same time. Yeah, I think. What is it? A bug? Yeah, I mean, my brain kind of. There is a point where always my brain starts kind of burning out. Where too much information, I'm just crashing. So I'm going to just try to repeat everything that we said. So, loading here. I think I need to get used to downswing motion, because when I do that, then I need to then rotate aggressively to get the clump from the inside, which I'm not very used to. And also hyperextending the hips. That's also kind of the thing here. Oh, that wasn't that bad this one. But yeah, I need to stop looking at the detail. My brain kind of burning out too much information here, too much. So let's try to just hammer let's try to ramp up speed. Let's try to have at least like a 110, because maybe as I'm trying to push speed, I will kind of find stuff by getting the swing a little more powerful. I don't know if I'm rotating my hips fast enough, or if I can do better. Kind of. Anyway. Yeah. It's very, very slow to track everything here. TrackMan's getting old. I mean, it's not that old, it's 2 years old, but maybe that's the cold. No, I'm sending. I mean, that's kind of the point, but I realize that try to keep my kind of my upper body a little short, even though that's kind of the point of rotating. Maybe I should reach more for the ground. Okay, I'm kind of extending here. And I'm kind of very so high that let's try to go a little for the ground before actually firing everything. Nah. But that was interesting, the feeling with the hand. Whoa. It's getting hot here. I believe you're just watching me kind of figuring things out. I'm running out of ideas, I'm getting tired, so it's struggling to talk through. So I'm just recording mainly to have some swing to compare myself to later on, but yeah. Yeah, here we go. We have something here. Well, I tried it. Okay, we see that when I reset and I really turn and keep the arm here, I'm doing very, very short backswing. But so if I'm trying to do that, but also kind of pushing the left arm as much to the right as possible to create like a momentum to the right. That way I can bump my hips forward. Kind of this is what I was thinking, and that wasn't that bad. So here we kind of we are fully set here. The shoulder I cannot rotate more. So then really push with the left arm, trying to overly extend it, and using that to push my hip forward. Okay, 105. So on a swing, as honestly, if it was 100, I would have made it would have made no difference in my mind. So that's kind of faster for what I felt. Oh yes, I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So that's what kind of that. And then really with the shoulder. And now, if I do the downswing right with this motion, of course, downswing right equal more speed. So the backswing seems to get a little long here. Also, my left arm start getting a little bent. But on the idea that's kind of it. I have somewhat of an axis tilt. My hand stayed a little behind. And yes, that's kind of it. How does it look, the downswing? Yeah, but I kind of falling completely onto the left side and not really creating the pressure of the ground to get up. What? Come here. Yeah. Kind of free knee tonight. When I arrived, there was a moon, kind of nice sky, and so on. I guess that's over. I would like, please, shall we, to actually get a 110. Let's go. Here we go, 110. Just to get a little fired up here. Of course, I'm setting the club a little later, but I can also want to see how Ah, 105. 109. And that's kind of, we're getting close, I believe. And so at some point I'm going to just start rising speed progressively and see where things break or not. Honestly, that doesn't look that bad. I'm almost at the point where I'm start thinking that, okay, maybe you know what? Given how good it start looking, maybe I should just try to fire faster through that motion because when you change your technique, I mean, I'm talking here, but probably no one is listening. So anyway, when you change your technique, so you're building those patterns and so on, but it's kind of water. You know, it's fluid, and so you want to freeze them. And to freeze everything, you need to put pressure on it. It's like I don't know, to create a diamond. You know, you use carbon and you compress until it creates a diamond. And that's what speed does. It's compressing your thing and you see where it breaks, and then you can continuously adjust. And so if I try to accelerate here, no, this one I felt it was bad. But so maybe it seems, I'm not sure, it seems I'm getting flat. Maybe I should fly a little here. Let's this one. Maybe this is just that. I need to get the motion faster, more efficient. The backswing looks like it's old, despite the fact that I'm accelerating, that I'm putting more pressure. So let's get over 110 here. Oh, wasn't expecting that. But complete miss it, but speed was there. Yeah, my hips are kind of not rotating that much. Because Ferrari is rotating his hips so much that, of course, bopping both heels forward to kind of create like a tempo on his hips to not rotate them too fast is good. But for me, that's not rotating my hips that fast. Kind of difficult then, because once I bump my hips, I kind of throw everything here. Then I'm kind of stuck and letting everything rip through, but with kind of passive legs. Don't really know how to fix that. I guess that's a problem for later. Honestly, I'm pretty happy of how the top of the backswing start looking. I start feeling that I'm creating more space also around the impact area, which is probably a good thing. Okay, I found this one. There's still a little too much right. Probably because I'm not rotating my hips fast enough. Let's try really to rotate those hips faster to get that draw here. That was a draw. That was also a very low draw. A dead straight actually. I'm not sure it's the TrackMan is aligned very well here, to be honest. Yeah, I guess that's kind of okay. I'm going to put the camera face on. I'm not going to take a look right now at the down the line view because I believe then I'm going to start thinking too much. So let's just consolidate what we have today and see for ourselves next week how things are of the next day, tomorrow. I mean, please help me speak normal English. Yeah, I don't want to be too close to the rain here. That's not perfectly centered, but I guess that's going to be fine. Okay, let's do everything at once now. Yeah, I probably should try to hit a draw here. Okay, not that bad. If you draw, it's much more because I'm hitting it on the toe than anything else. We are going to get there, I promise. Getting closer here. But because, yeah, you see, I have unlocked something by changing the angle. Went from down the line, kind of run out of ideas, then we move on to face on. And so I found that, okay, take away backswing is really good position, and then we find the key elements that I was missing on the backswing. Then, on the top of the backswing, and tomorrow, we are going to get back to down the line view to see what I've just found look like on the down the view and what are the differences that I'm still having with Rory. Hey, I would like, let's please, like 112. I would like a 112. I'm not asking for much, just a 112. 111, okay. Yeah, try this one. But the backswing was not that bad, actually. Well, not that bad. Okay, we're getting back to over 110. Even that's a completely new motion for me. I think that's not that bad. And that's a draw. I'm on a calorie deficit. Honestly, that's not that bad. I know the number doesn't seem that much, but I'm on a calorie deficit. I've done a gym session this morning, yesterday, because I'm back from a period where I didn't train that much. My endurance is pretty insanely low. So, and the swing, I mean, I need to compare that. That's a pretty good swing, actually. Yeah, I guess I'm going to stop on this one and probably compare this one to what the face on is. We made some good progress. I'm happy. Yeah. Thank you for watching. I see you tomorrow.